It is picking up sound.
Because we're live. Here we go.
It stays on.
Slow down, baby.
Stay. Ooh.
Testing. Oh, dear God. Fuck, man. I don't even hear my voice twice.
Agreed.
All right. We're here, and well, we can't say that.
Loud and clear.
All right. What the fuck? Blow it all down. Welcome to.
You want to move a little bit closer?
No, I'd rather be right here.
I swear.
There we go. There we go.
I'm gonna tear my back.
No, I'm actually good right here. I think we're good.
But with the mic cable?
I won't get outrageous or stupid. I have no hot takes on this podcast.
I can kind of put that under the yeah.
Under the
nice.
rug?
Yeah.
Written all day.
We got anything?
This is good right here.
Yeah.
Give the infamous like to get it started.
Oh yeah.
Same. All right, we're live. Week 5 of the.
Is it 5?
Week 5.
Damn.
Yep.
5 weeks.
5 weeks of PB&J Sports Talk. There we go. We're live. Getting confirmation.
Mm-hmm. We are good.
Week 5 of the NFL season. And week
Like
7
game week 9, 8
of the EPL.
Yeah. Because of the Queen.
Yeah, that's right.
International break.
Oh,
That took
that's right.
seemed like an age.
But all to say, we're back.
We are back.
We've got P joining us of the PB&J this week. As you guys can tell, we have a new layout. The banner right behind P.
We're working on some things.
Yeah.
We're cleaning up.
Cleaning up. I don't know about y'all, but does it look tilted?
Yeah, we'll chalk it up to the lighting.
Actually, does it? Let's look.
Can't tell, or do you think it's the...
Yeah, I think it's for sure the camera angle.
Camera angle.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
We can't tilt that any.
Yeah, we can. We're doing this live, ladies and gentlemen. Live. Go up or down?
Down, I think, maybe.
That better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah? No. Yeah?
think so.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
square.
Square. So the.
What are you thinking, Jay?
Thinking?
Hashtag days off. I'm not thinking today.
Doesn't help that shadow in the middle
Oh, that's true.
where the light danglers are.
Mm-hmm. Dingle. Ooh. Look at those long arms. Hey. Wish I had some.
I wish I had your legs.
I wish I had something long.
Don't we all?
Well.
All right. Week 5 NFL. Week 9-8. Nate.
Nate.
The EPL.
8, 7, 8, 9, whatever you want. It's kind of around there. We're almost a quarter of the way through the season.
Hmm.
You know,
Long season.
very long season. It's going to be
But,
even longer. World Cup. Only, what is it, like 6 weeks away, I think now?
6 weeks.
Yeah.
That means that's
So, ladies,
1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5, 6 weeks.
So, ladies, if you're having your period today and you haven't had another one before the World Cup starts, you might want to check some things. Just gonna say.
Hey, some states you can't get aborted after
Oh,
that. So
well. Hey, it's all gravy.
3, 4.
In India, it's illegal. It's legal now to have abortions.
Oh, it is.
And they made it fully legal. Shout out to India.
I was gonna say shout out Indians. It's the first time I could say that
just-
without being offensive.
Just to clarify, I am not from India. I just read it on someone's Insta story. I'm
That's-
Malaysian.
That's bullshit.
I am as much American as an American is. Oh.
American is American or not.
All right, we got our first 2 viewers. Looks like they're 2/3 of the PB&J.
But 3 likes. We're never gonna know who the third one is. Start us off on EPL, James.
Okay.
James, what's going on?
Well, go on.
One sec. My thing is not coming up.
Pesky Android.
You want to let
Am
us
I
know
right?
what?
Pesky Android.
Exactly. You want to let us know what college football?
Oh
was
yeah,
scoring
I've
this
got a
weekend?
hot segment, and
Oh.
by hot I mean give me a 30-second countdown.
No problem. So while John's doing that, let me go ahead and do some filler here. I'll tell a few jokes. I plan to do my first stand-up show on this podcast. Tune in about 9.5 years for the first iteration of my comedy show.
What's it
You're
gonna be
live
called?
on YouTube, huh?
What's it going to be called?
JNBP.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Great transition. Speaking of comedy, number 8 Tennessee takes on number 25 LSU. I don't fucking know who's going to win that game. As an LSU fan, they've got a lot to work on. That's the only double. Oh, we have Utah versus UCLA, number 11 versus number 18.
Wow.
Pac-12,
Sounds
high scoring points.
riveting.
West Coast, if you're staying up till, let's see, 11 p.m. to catch the kickoff, go ahead and do that Saturday.
Wait, what?
Oh, yeah, West Coast games,
Oh.
11 p.m. kickoff Eastern. No big
That's
deal.
ridiculous.
Oh, it's the stupidest thing known to man. But hey, here we are, East Coast. And then we have no real big games other than that. Alabama takes on A&M. A&M is now unranked because their team has fell into a dog shit pile. Shout out Jimbo Fisher. You got your ring with Jameis Winston at Florida State, and you probably won't get another one. Hot take? Probably not. And as far as that, the college wrap-up is over.
Wow. Real quick, I wanted to touch on the UGA game. That was a close one against the Missouri Tigers. I mean, it was close in the first half for sure. Close in the sense it was Missouri was up 16-3 at one point.
It was competitive.
Yeah, competitive
Yeah.
for
What it should have been.
a viewer. Yeah.
Should have been a blowout. Final score there, 26-22. Georgia did not take the lead until the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
And the spread on that game was like 28.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Missouri did cover the spread, so anybody bet on that? Good for you.
Shout out Missouri, but more importantly, go Dogs. And speaking of dogs, seems that Ronaldo's in the doghouse.
Ooh. That he is.
Let's see what's going on in the EPL with
So we'll
these
touch
teams. Yeah.
we'll touch on Saturday's games.
Yeah.
Started off first versus second
Mhm.
at the start of the weekend, at least.
Yeah.
Arsenal Tottenham.
How?
Arsenal
How?
showed out.
That's crazy.
I don't. get this inconsistency with the Tottenham team, but it seems like they have a plan A, and that's it. It was 3-1 Arsenal. They just ripped Tottenham apart. That was the big one on Saturday, I suppose. Newcastle getting an away win at Fulham. Fulham went a man down like 5 minutes into the game, so can't expect much from them. Newcastle are a top 8 team, I'd say now. Chelsea getting a last-minute winner. Conor Gallagher coming back, and he was respectful in his goal celebration, but beating Palace 2-1. The Bourse no-score draw, Bournemouth-Brentford. I was expecting Brentford to get a few. Ivan Toney's been on fire, but that was a bit of a
not really
sleep
underwhelming.
Kind of yeah.
Was it expected to be better than what it was, or
Brentford on their form.
Okay,
they should have beat Bournemouth, they're kind of like the whipping boys at the moment. I'm predicting them to go down, Bournemouth.
Okay.
But fair play to them. Big one. It was surprising in the first half.
Yeah.
Brighton went up 2-0 away at Liverpool. Liverpool brought it back, went 3-2 up, and you thought, 3-2 at home. I mean, it's a huge comeback. But Brighton steal it right at the end, 3-3 draw. Brighton are one of my sleepers.
Yeah, shout out to Trossard.
Yes, Leandro Trossard.
Hat-trick.
Yes.
Man, looks like he's 32. How old is he?
I think he might be somewhere like
32?
that. Yeah.
Yeah, gray hair coming in.
Mm-hmm. Silver Fox. Silver Fox in the box, though.
Has he always been like this type of player, or
he has been?
Is he like a Jamie Vardy type?
He kind of comes off the wing, but this season it kind of seems like he's Neil Mopai, who was a striker for Brighton last season. It's kind of like he's took up the reins because Mopai's moved to Everton.
Okay.
So he's taken it and run with it, and now he's scoring like crazy. Pascal Gross looking good too. Liverpool looking a little bit suspect that the back, they can score goals, but they concede them. So either they score more or
they're gonna lose, or they gotta, because they have the same pieces from last year.
Yeah, basically they got a few injuries in midfield, but nothing where you'd say they're not gonna finish in the top 4.
Yeah.
Click clock.
Click clock. We're going to step in real quick and defend our boy Leandro Trossard. He's my age. He's 27, about to turn 28.
Oh, wow.
I know you're listening to this.
What?
Just because you look old doesn't mean you are old, okay? This is a 27-year-old man right here speaking to another 27-year-old man. You can still get hat tricks in the EPL, okay?
Or you can pull tricks out of your hat.
You're 2 hat tricks away from tying Erling Haaland, okay?
Wow.
Look up to him. I know you're going to get another hat trick this season. I'm calling it right now, Trossard. Another hat trick. 2 hat tricks to finish the season from a 27-year-old superstar. Thank you. I'll defend him all day, every day.
I love Trossard.
Looks like a newborn baby over here.
It's like, no, I still got some fucking... No, can't say that on YouTube either. Well,
no more babies.
And he's Belgium, so
yeah.
Just look old there in the old war. Yeah.
Okay.
Aged chocolate, fine aged chocolate.
Well,
white chocolate, but
people would probably be more impressed with him if they found out he was 32.
Let's keep it there.
Let's keep it there.
If you get a hat trick in the EPL, I'll kiss your ass.
Oh.
I thought he was about to go up to the camera.
Couple more results from Saturday. Everton getting a 2-1 away win. Southampton, expected.
Yep.
And then the one that finished off the Wolverhampton head coach. West Ham beat Wolves 2-0. Now, we're 8 games into the season. We've already seen Thomas Tuchel get sacked by Chelsea. Bruno Lage, Wolves manager, they spent 100 million over the summer. Rebuilding the squad, they just got Diego Costa. He's
That's crazy.
starting to put pieces in the right places.
Yeah.
And they sack him after 8 games.
Not even a quarter way, almost, but
yeah,
not.
Yeah. So it's like they give him the pieces, and then they're like, you have 8 games to show us. It doesn't work like that.
No.
So that's kind of disappointing. I don't know who's going to take over there, but Wolves could be in trouble if they don't get their act together. Moving on to a difficult Sunday. Roll the results.
Not difficult if you're a City fan.
We'll get the boring one out of the way. Someone who cannot finish the dinner. Aston Villa strikers. They had so many chances.
Really?
0-0 away at Leeds. It was, I don't know, you could probably put your grandma in the box and she would have scored 2 or 3. They were just not on point.
Wow.
On Sunday. Then we come to the big result, the 9-goal thriller. 9 goals. 2 hat-tricks. Erling Haaland, Phil Foden. Right. Erling Haaland, we need to get his DNA. He's not from this world.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
He sold his soul to...
The same person that bought LeBron's, Tom Brady's, Ronaldo's.
So this Man City team, if you've ever seen Space Jam, this is the Monstars. I don't know what they can do to improve their team. They're ridiculous. And they were just on fire against United in the derby. They were unstoppable. Erling Haaland is... I mean, he's been in the form of his life for like 3 years. So
crazy.
I will say though,
hot take segment.
Erling Haaland looks like a Cabbage Patch Kid, and that's all I'm going to say.
A Cabbage Patch Kid that Rooney would take on his team.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, let's just call it like we see it.
But you know,
yeah.
I'm not going to say that either. I got to keep refraining myself.
Shout out Phil Foden as well.
Yeah.
Phil Foden.
New album track coming out soon.
Exactly.
Fresh lineup.
He's got a...
Sky's the limit.
But yeah, Phil Foden. Phil Fox.
Yeah. Phil Fox.
Oh, he fucked hard Sunday afternoon.
Yeah. Amazing.
Could have done this for me last season.
De Bruyne, assist king. He's... I don't see anyone stopping this City team. If they don't win the Champions League this year, Pep has some kind of curse because this City team, it should be.
You
anyone.
think they're like the best team in football?
Yes, currently the best team.
Wow.
I go up against
better than PSG.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Mm-hmm. But they've got Neymar. Who's that?
Second best in the world behind Haaland.
Oh, he's put the mic down. That's a mic drop.
All right, okay. I'm going to go ahead and leave this podcast.
Okay, yeah.
I'll just steal your thunder. Go ahead and finish it because we know what Neymar is.
The best in the world because he's Neymar. Neymar.
So I'm going to do this publicly.
Oh, no.
I did it privately to Aaron already.
Oh.
We all know what happened to the last favorite player of EPL, of Jelly John. He's having a rough go. Jelly's naming his next favorite player. This might benefit somebody. Only because of FIFA 22. And then getting on his Instagram. You fucking handsome, long-haired, tattooed devil.
I love this guy, too.
Sergio Ramos.
Oh. Yeah. He's the defender's defender.
Mm-hmm. He slaps.
If my wife came to me and said, this guy just keeps coming in and he wants to take me to lunch, and then she shows me a picture, and it's Sergio, I will drive her to whatever restaurant, whatever hotel. I'll buy the room.
Well,
God bless America.
you spread the roses.
I'd help position it in. I mean, it's
Yeah.
Sergio Ramos, favorite player. Hope he's better than Harry Maguire.
Harry Maguire.
Speaking of Harry Maguire, his old team Leicester finally getting the first win of the season.
Wow.
4-0 against Nottingham Forest.
First win.
Are they
win
in
of the
last place?
season. Yes.
Oh,
Are
God.
they now? I'll have to check, but they were rock bottom.
Not a single win. Did
So
they
this
even get a
week-
draw?
Yeah, they've drawn a couple. but
Jesus
They've just been
Christ.
all out of sorts. But James Maddison coming into form. Yuri Thielman. They've got a great midfield, so I don't understand what's going on. I think it's just their defence. They lost Kasper Schmeichel, who's a big influence, so I can't see Leicester going down, though. So congratulations to them. Fantasy updates or going forward?
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
out of respect for my team, did not have Erling Haaland in my fantasy team this season so far. I'm not in a league against, like player v player,
Yeah.
unfortunately, but I deducted points from my overall score to bring in Erling Haaland because I'm just losing too many points. Alan Shearer said it today, he's going to break my goal scoring record. He's on form to score over 60 goals this season. 34 is the highest scoring in a Premier League season. This man he might get 100 goals this season through
God.
all competitions. So it's scary.
He's at 12, and he's only played 6 games. He hasn't played the full 8, right? He came in after.
Did he play the full? I'm not 100% sure,
We had 3
but
back-to-back home games of hat-tricks.
it's taken him 8 games to score 3 hat-tricks. That seems like a FIFA Pro player.
That is except for mine, ACL tear.
But yeah, so if you don't have Erling Haaland, do whatever you have to do to get him in your team. I finally got a 3-stack of Harry Kane, Erling Haaland, Gabriel Jesus as my strikers. I'm just going striker strong because if it seems like every defense this season, no one is consistent. Midfielders, if you can afford a De Bruyne, Salah, he's still producing. Son at the moment, other than 1 or 2 games, he's a little bit underperforming.
Yeah.
You've got Anthony, who's come in on fire, 2 goals, 2 games, and I see him doing big things still going forward. So I think a snippet of a price. I think he's like 7.2, 7.3 mil. So he'd be one. And then one for kind of like a watch out is Michael Olise for Crystal Palace. He might be a bargain pickup, to be honest. Very dangerous. Other than Wilf Zaha, Palace have got a very good kind of striking and wing system going. So I'd say he's one to watch. And then if he can pick up James Maddison at a low cut price, he hasn't been performing, so you can get him low, stick him in your team. But
you think he will?
Yeah,
start. Okay.
I think he'll kick on.
Yeah,
he wants to get on that plane to the World Cup, so I think his performances are gonna improve, as well as Leicester's.
Okay.
But yeah, and then defensively, I don't know. No one's keeping clean sheets.
I mean, there's no way.
Well, just kind of go with the gut. But I wouldn't spend big on defenders, to be honest. I'd pick the lowest price defenders at the best teams and maybe go from there.
Kind of save your fab for
You need
The
it's
offense.
striker
Yeah,
strong this
okay,
year.
yeah.
It's striker strong. But if you're going to have De Bruyne, Foden, and Haaland in the team, I think you're going to be doing well. But that's the update. Next week's fixtures. The big one we're going to be looking forward to is Arsenal-Liverpool on Sunday. We're going to see if Liverpool are as bad as what they have been, or if this is another big test for Arsenal. But we'll see. Brighton and Spurs as well is another interesting one. We'll see what Brighton are made of, I think, in this game. But I'm pipping them for a top 8 finish.
Mhm.
So we'll see what we do with a difficult Spurs team.
Okay.
Spurs are going to bounce back after that Derby defeat. But Arsenal, Liverpool, that's the one to watch. 11:30 Eastern Standard Time Sunday.
Oh, okay.
So set your watches. But enough of the ramble. It's what time for the oval?
Time for the oval, John.
Ooh.
The
The
pigskin
odd-shaped oval, the pigskin,
laces out,
laces away.
laces away.
Never in. Kicker does not want to kick the laces.
Down Marino.
Finkel Einhorn's Finkel. Off to the across back to. Use your words, John. Use your words. Back from the pond. We're going American. We're going round. We're going oblong ball. Oblong. Oval oblong. We gonna touch on a little waiver pickup, or do we want to run through last week's game?
We can run through a couple of key last week's games.
All right.
Maybe do a highlight of some of the standout fantasy players.
Okay, I'll use the players
Yeah,
to stand out the games. How about that?
there we go.
And we're back. All right. First up for me, biggest shock of the week, the single-handed reason I lost this week, and quite alarming, Detroit Lions offense. TJ Hawkinson, 35 points this past week in half PPR, followed by his quarterback, Jared Goff, leader of the quarterbacks this week. Detroit can put up points, but dear God, can they allow points? Lions have the most points scored, 140, and also the most points given up at 141. If you have fantasy players that are playing Detroit, go ahead and, keep an eye on those. And at this point, Lions fantasy players are going off, even if you don't think. Shout out TJ Hawkinson. Then we have a fellow member at this table has him. Josh Jacobs has his big game.
Finally.
The old Alabama running back has his huge game, 32 points in half PPR. Would you say this affected your win this week?
100%.
Okay.
100%. This might be a hot take. I might be going against somebody's judgment here, but I'm going to stick with this man for a little bit.
Which one? Josh Jacobs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just for a little bit. Because I want to see how badly he's going to let me down. My first season doing this, so I kind of want to give him the chance. Give him a little bit of a chance.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I mean, that's not a bad look. He won't have games like this often,
Yeah.
right? But he at the same time will his floor is going to be as low as what he has produced for you in the past.
yeah,
Which, it's like 7 points, 6 points, which is not bad. In regards to value for trading him, he's going to be worth the most right now, obviously.
yeah,
Then that's just based off of recency bias. But he's not a bad running back. He won't win you games on a week-to-week basis.
but he's capable of consistency.
Yeah. Consistently expect like 7 to 10 points.
Yeah.
Just not bad as your RB2.
This is in the half PPR.
Half PPR league or standard scoring. Both he'd be pretty valuable there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, John, for cutting out.
Not at all.
Not at all. Just wanted to lay my piece on JJ.
Yeah.
I have him in another league. Did not play him. He was on my bench.
Why is that?
Because, in fact, I played Austin Eckler, who had a big week finally.
Sure did.
Number 4 overall pick, I think, in that draft.
Yeah.
Thank God. He decides to go off. The Chargers, not quite as dominating as I thought in the preseason going into this season, but to complement the Chargers, Justin Herbert is leading the league in passing yards. And as far as fantasy points per running back, we are at it was on here. There we go. And we're back. Austin Eckler is number 5 at fantasy points and half PPR. Fortunately for me in that league, it is full PPR, so I'm getting the full benefit of Austin Eckler. I think the Chargers, if they stay consistent, they're going to win the AFC. But I haven't seen that consistency yet, like at all. Granted, Keenan Allen's not playing. That's a factor. Herbert's clearly got the talent, but we'll see. They had to come back a little bit with the Texans. It's the Texans. You should beat them by 40, but
I mean, not having Keenan Allen is big for them. It's probably Justin Herbert's favorite receiver. So I expect them to get into the groove once Keenan Allen comes back. I did have them going to the AFC Championship game in my preseason predictions, but I think that might change here because that defense is not looking very good. And I thought that defense would be the reason that they would get there because that was the missing link for them to get to that, to the chip. And it looks like it got worse. It didn't get better. But long season. It's only been 4 weeks. They're 2-2, I think. Or 3-1. 2-2? Yeah.
2-2.
Yeah. So, and Herbert's playing injured for sure. Keenan Allen coming back. So they could get into a groove. I'm going to predict like a 12-4, 11-5 season.
As far as fantasy goes, Geno Smith doing the damn thing in Seattle.
What?
Geno Smith, number 2 quarterback on the week by fantasy points.
Wow.
Half PPR. Geno Smith finally got the running game going as well. Rashad Penny.
Oh, my God.
Putting up 28. Probably on a lot of people's benches, too.
Probably a player that people drop, too, to pick up Romeo Doubs.
Ooh.
Oh, guess who was that? Oh, I was that person. I dropped Rashad Penny in one league, but started him in another. How does that work? I have no idea. It was between him and Darrell Henderson. Yeah, not so good. But it's all good. Rashad Penny killed it. I mean, the Lions are just giving away touchdowns and yards like it's, the Oprah Winfrey show or something.
You get a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, Lions highest scoring offense in the league, but also the worst defense in the league. So it's kind of a give and take.
Just on that note, the Lions Patriots, because of that defense, keep a watch on your Patriots fantasy players because Lions,
we'll get there for sure.
like A said,
yeah,
you get a touchdown. You get a touchdown.
Yeah.
Hunter Henry might actually get a touchdown. Call. All right. Then we have just a couple more for me. Russell Wilson seemed like he got into a little groove.
Yeah.
Puts up 27 points this week. That Denver offense has so much potential. and it's right there on the cusp. Which leads me to another factor of Javonte Williams going down for the season. That's a big hurt. So Melvin Gordon, I do not put a lot of trust in. And then we have what's his name? The third stringer that came in.
Oh, Boone.
And then he started limping. And I was like, okay, well, all of a sudden, 49ers running back core.
Yeah, so that's going to be a committee going forward. But we will get to that in my waiver wire targets for the week.
Last thing for me to touch on is the Philadelphia Eagles, the last undefeated team going into week 5, had to have a comeback game from the Jaguars. Granted, they came back in the second quarter essentially and then kind of took over the game, but a little scary at first in that first quarter. Nasty game. But Eagles still undefeated.
Yeah, still undefeated.
Who'd have that down? Start of the season.
Well, we have a question here from Legacy. Legacy, thank you for tuning in. I want Mark Andrews. Who would you give for him? Well, that's a very
Very generic.
very broad question.
Who've you got?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. He did. He has Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Amon St. Brown, and Higbee as his tight end.
Jamar Chase and Amon St. Brown.
And Justin Jefferson. So my question to you is: Are you in a PPR, half PPR standard? Because Higbee is pretty consistent this year. I get your want from Mark Andrews, but
I mean, I also want to know, Legacy, who your running backs are, because if you want Mark Andrews, you're going to have to trade away one of your receivers. Higbee's a good piece, but I'm not getting Higbee and a bench warmer for Mark Andrews. So who are your running backs? What's your team? Actually, just go ahead and give us your team if that'll make it easier. Let's see. Mixon, Dameon Pierce is my starters. Okay. How about your bench? Do you have a solid bench? And your flex?
You're a fan of Mixon?
I do love Mixon. Joe Mixon is someone I'm looking to trade to get right now if anyone out there does not have him. Only because I think he will turn up with the sorry, I'm trying to look at my notes here and stuff. So, but yeah, I think Mixon is someone that people should target. But we'll get to my trade targets for the week as well, because this is the week you need to go after certain players. Kamara and Swift, Brandon Cooks, Mike Williams, Dobbins, and Godwin. Dude, Legacy, your bench is solid, man. Your running backs are Mixon and Dameon Pierce. You have Alvin Kamara, DeAndre Swift, Brandon Cooks, Mike Williams, Dobbins, and Godwin. I mean, you can pair up. In my opinion, you can pair up Higbee. You might want to give more than what you get, kind of thing here. So give more because you have the assets to do so. So what I would do, and John and Rooney, you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but I'm thinking you pair up Higbee and either Kamara or Mike Williams for Mark Andrews. Clearly, you've made many trades, man. That's solid. Shay, what's up, man? We do.
use this waiver.
There we go.
Jamal Williams.
There we go, man. Jamal Williams is on my list last week. There we go. Good stuff, Shay. I remember, man. I remember you. Good stuff.
want to know what that score was.
Yeah. Let us know what that final score against that opponent you had. But Legacy, going back to your question, I would do Higbee and Mike Williams for Mark Andrews. But really, how I would do this is I would look at his team, the person that has Mark Andrews, and try and find out where he's lacking. Right?
Yep.
Find out where you can provide value.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, if he's weak at running back, offer him an Alvin Kamara. So you already have Joe Mixon, and DeAndre Swift is coming back. You have Dameon Pierce to plug in right now. He did quite well this past week. So if he's, lacking in a running back, give Kamara and Higbee. For sure, give Higbee. If the person that has Andrews is desperate, he would do it. Or if he was smart, he would do it. If he was stupid, he won't. Because same thing with wide receivers. You have a lot. Mike Williams has been very, very consistent with Keenan being out. But with Keenan coming back, Mike Williams' value goes down. Trade Mike Williams right now with Higbee. What do you guys think?
I would say Higbee, Kamara, Mike Williams, or Higbee, Kamara, Brendan Cooks. That'd be my two offerings.
Yeah. So
I like Dobbins too much to trade away.
I'm not doing Dobbins.
I like Godwin too much to trade away.
Yeah.
Brandon Cooks, I'm not a huge Brandon Cooks fan, although he is the only fucking wideout, it seems like, in Texas.
Yeah.
But high value. With your lineup, I'm never starting Brandon Cooks over anybody.
Mm-hmm.
That's just
–
that's why I would use him as a trade.
You don't even need to start him on a bye week because you have Godwin and Mike Williams right now. But if I were you, I would do a 2-for-1 or a 3-for-1 or 3-for-2. Try to get back some sort of value at your bench position. That would be my advice. Let me know if you have any questions about who you should ask for other than Mark Andrews from that guy. Let me know. But it looks like we got a few more. Shay, let us know, Shay, how many points you put up against your opponent. Jacob, welcome to the stream. Traded Pollard and Metcalf for Najee in a PPR. How did I do? Now I have Eckler, Swift, and Najee.
Interesting trade here.
Jacob, mind letting us know your team?
Full team and bench.
Yeah. And Simp Eli. Nah, no simps out here. We alphas. Alpha Eli. How we doing? Unless that's your first name, my bad.
Well, he does have a chipmunk, so maybe it's some kind of play on words.
Yeah, Simply.
Simp Eli.
Simply. There we go. Simply, welcome to the stream.
Wow.
CD Brees Hall and Tyler Lockett for JT McLaurin and Garrett Wilson. Wait. Is someone offering you this or are you offering it?
12-team PPR.
Appreciate it, Legacy.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Hey, as a guy who dropped Chris Olave, wouldn't be a bad to keep him on your bench. So
yeah, honestly,
not a bad ask for that trade.
Yeah. Yeah, Legacy, definitely Olave. But if you do Olave, definitely do Mark Andrews and Olave for Higbee, Kamara, Williams, or Brandon Cooks. Only offer Williams if he declines the Brandon Cooks trade, though.
Yeah.
Do Brandon Cooks first and see what happens. But if not, you definitely have the ability to move up and offer Mike Williams. Okay. Shay, in my full PPR, I will be starting Russell Wilson and Cortland Sutton, one of my favorite receivers in the NFL this season. Should I drop A.J. Dillon for Melvin Gordon? Too many Broncos. Well, Shay, I'm glad you brought this up because in the next few minutes, I'll be talking about my waiver wire ads for the week. But that's a great question. Too many Broncos? I don't think so. The only thing that concerns me, and you guys can chime in as well is that Melvin Gordon got 3 touches last week, and that's after Javonte Williams went down too. They really relied on Boone. Boone also came in. I think he had 3 rushes as well. Right now, it looks like it's going to be a committee. Boone's been in the league for like 3 years, right? He's just been bouncing around. You really don't know his potential. Because Melvin Gordon he re-signed with the Broncos. I would. It's hard to say to drop AJ Dillon, Shay.
And Shay's also saying that he could start Dak Prescott at some point later as well.
Yeah, he's got Russell and Dak, so yeah, he'll be able to switch out. Russell looked like
is that his breakout game this season?
Yeah,
I needed that one.
Mm-hmm. I think he's learning that he has to run. So Shay has these are very, very much so a rich man's dilemma.
First world problems.
Yeah, first world problems for Shay here. AJ Dillon for me is a better hold than going after a Melvin Gordon. True or false, guys?
Yeah, even with the injury, I value AJ Dillon a little more. Just looking up some numbers here, year to date, AJ Dillon's at 28th in running backs.
Yeah,
he's behind Aaron Jones, who is a monster in himself.
Yeah.
Gonna have to scroll down to Melvin Gordon, who's 43rd, and
Fumble Gordon is what he is this season.
Yeah, screwed it up at the Chargers, Gordon.
Yeah.
I just prefer AJ Dillon. I wouldn't trade him for Melvin Gordon. If we're wrong, come back and let us know next week. But I just don't. I don't have a lot of faith in Melvin Gordon.
I just don't want you to drop AJ Dillon. If there's anyone else you can drop, bro, please do so. Just AJ Dillon has a very high ceiling because if Aaron Jones goes down, which he has been known to, get injured here and there, you have a high RB2 to a low RB1 on your team.
We've got a couple more from
Simply. They offered me Fournette, McLaurin, and Wilson for Brees and CD.
But then he's trying to convince him to do CD, Brees, and Lockett for McLaurin.
Garrett Wilson and Jonathan Taylor.
Wow.
What do you do in those shoes?
John, any?
I will not let my bias do this advice. Leonard Fournette has put up consistent numbers at Tampa Bay. Leonard Fournette in the past has not played every game in a season. However, he is their workhorse. I don't even know who their number 2 is. He's getting consistent points. I'm not the biggest Brees Hall fan. Not the biggest. CD, I thought CD would have went down, but Cooper Rush is kind of looking like the real thing.
Mm-hmm.
CD is still getting up there. I think he had the most points this past weekend. So CD is still a threat. Did not waver at all, which is kind of surprising to me, to be honest, because him and Dak have good chemistry.
To give my opinion here, Simp, you're trading away CD for Jonathan Taylor here, is what you're doing. Because in my opinion, Zach Wilson started this week for the Jets. He found his favorite receiver, and unfortunately, it was not Garrett Wilson. It was Corey Davis. Waiver wire coming up very soon. With that being said, Garrett Wilson is still, he's still an option. You
won't do the JT trade.
I mean, I wouldn't either. I just don't think there's enough value there for the Jonathan Taylor owner. Only because
Well, unless they made trades, they got JT with a number 1 or a number 2 overall pick.
Right.
So that means their running backs are probably pretty bad. They're 2 and 3.
Mm-hmm.
So they're probably going to be handcuffed and not going to want to do that trade. I mean, like my situation, I went heavy wide receiver and I paid for it with a price on my running backs. I just don't have good running backs. And JT is a monster of men.
He is. I mean, JT is, he did go down with an ankle injury, which I understand why you were trying to trade for him.
Mm-hmm.
But Tyler Lockett is not very. I mean, he put up double digits this past 3 weeks, but I just don't think people see him this as what he once was. I think he had 10 points this past week, 11 last week. He's getting the targets and the receptions. I don't know if people trust that Seattle offense, which is, it's dumb on their end if they don't, because clearly Tyler and DK are part of that, very integral in that offense. With that being said, you're trying to convince him to do CD, Brees Hall, and Tyler Lockett for JT McLaurin and maybe Wilson. What about...
Should I do Fournette?
Should you do Fournette? I wouldn't give up CD Lamb for Fournette, though. Simp, let me know if you want to do CD and who are your other running backs. I kind of want to know who your other running backs are, because Brees Hall and CD for Jonathan Taylor. If I was a Jonathan Taylor owner, I wouldn't do it. But I would love to know your team.
Jacob's come back with his team here.
Let's see it. Keenan Allen, Austin Eckler, Najee, Jalen Waddle, Brandon Cooks, DeAndre Swift, Zach Ertz. Bench is McKissick. You can drop him. Henderson, Burkhead. You can. Rashad Bateman, Zay Jones, Devontae Parker. I like Devontae Parker. Oh, Josh Allen. Sorry. Thanks, Jacob. Eckler, Najee, Waddle, Cooks. Okay. And Jacob, you were saying trade Pollard and Metcalf for Najee. I mean, I like that trade. I really like that trade for your team, because even though you don't have a wide receiver 2 that I would plug in each and every week, you have a 2.5 head monster at running back. When I say that, DeAndre Swift will still be DeAndre Swift when he comes back. Austin Eckler, it looks like he found his groove. And then Najee with this new quarterback, I think with Kenny Pickett under center, I think he will be able to run the ball more efficiently. Trubisky, you never know what's going on back there. So with that being said, I think you did really well. Jalen Waddle's solid. Brandon Cooks, is, as John mentioned, is the only receiver for the Houston Texans. You have Devontae Parker for this week against the Lions. So I don't dislike the trade. I think you did a good job there, man. Good stuff.
Then we got
CCAC Sports. CCAC. What's up, guys? I have a hard time ranking my guys this week.
Can you help me?
Let's hear it.
Shoot it over, CCAC.
Come on, Sports. Let's hear it.
Then we got Sober Thoughts. Need a running back.
Should Simp do Fournette? I'm going to go back to what I said earlier. Don't do CD for Fournette.
Yes, running backs are, he commented, running backs are Swift, Zeke, Brees, and Kareem. I don't.
Wow. I see why you are looking to trade for a running back right now. Yo, this might be stupid, but I'd do Zeke and...
I was going to say, I don't like Zeke.
Yeah.
I'd use that
Zeke.
as trade. If you could get Fournette, I mean, I'm going against my own bias here. He just puts up numbers.
Yeah.
Consistent.
Consistent fantasy numbers.
I would do Tyler Lockett and Zeke for Leonard Fournette. That you kind of give up a little bit more, but at the same time, you really strengthen your running backs there, which is something you need. Sober thoughts. Welcome to the stream. Hey guys, welcome so much. Welcome to the stream.
Thank you everyone for joining in.
Yeah.
All your comments.
Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do.
Share.
Really.
We do have a podcast as well.
Yeah.
pb.j_podcast on Instagram.
Yeah.
We do a Spotify podcast every Monday morning.
Monday morning.
Feel free to go over there. We do little sports segments there, but this is the
the sports talk.
We're
We're
going
going
to
to try and help you.
live only on YouTube.
On YouTube Live. Hey, we're going to try and help you set your best lineup for the week and try and make you win your league.
But so was asking, he needs a running back.
Need a running back. It's a pretty deep league. Amen. The only players relevant on waiver for running back are Boone, Huntley, and Murray. I need running back. It's a pretty deep league.
He's also said, and what we're going to get to, but any thoughts on who I should try and get from waivers? It's
Yeah,
obviously going to be.
yeah. I have. Well, since you said the only players on waivers for running backs are Boone, Huntley, and Murray, I assume Tyler Algier is already taken. He was going to be on my waiver wire target, so I'd go with Boone as your number one pickup this week.
Is that Latavius Murray for the Saints? Is that who he's referencing?
Yeah.
Yeah, big question mark on him. I mean, when Kamara comes back, if Ingram plays consistently, he might not get the touches. So,
Yeah. I definitely go with Boone right there. Even though he's a question mark, he is a question mark I'm willing to take a chance on, just because we know what Melvin Gordon is at this point in his career. Boone could just take over that backfield. But at the same time, I want to caution you, it is a committee right now. But I'd go with Boone because it looks like he is a pass-catching back as well.
So, Jacob,
yeah, waiver. I waiver, claim in, and I'm going to drop McKissick.
fair enough.
Yeah, drop McKissick, baby. Smart man. Yeah, with Brian Robinson also coming back. Shout out to Brian Robinson. I think he's going to do big things this season.
going to kick on from there. He's going to kick on.
Oh, yeah. He's going to take those bullets that are in him and
Ain't no shots fired here.
Yeah, no shots fired here.
So
All shots welcome.
Seacax brought his team.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks for sharing your team. Running backs. John, you want to take this?
Yeah, DeAndre Swift versus New England. Fournette versus Atlanta. Ramondre versus Detroit. Josh Jacobs versus KC. Let's do your running backs first. I'll stop there. Running backs. Is Swift back 100%, or has he still got a Q on him?
He's still got a Q. He's got a Q. Yeah, I don't think he'll be back for another few weeks.
Right out the gate, I'm going to say the two I would watch, I would probably start in your running backs is, Ramondre versus Detroit's pretty delicious too. But I like Fournette versus Atlanta and Josh Jacobs versus Kansas City. Like I said earlier, Fournette's a little, pretty consistent. Atlanta lacks in their defense, but it's a divisional game, so it could get tight. Bucks have laid a couple eggs this season, but I like Fournette versus Atlanta and Josh Jacobs versus KC. And then I would go, I don't think Swift's playing. Then I would go Swift and Ramondre, but
if Swift's playing, he'd be my number one for sure. And you just bump them each up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that'll be game time decision.
Yeah.
Ramondre's what? Running back 2?
Yeah, Damien's
Stevenson?
first. Yeah.
Damien's first.
But
he does get touches. It's Detroit.
I am a New England fan, so I can give you some tea on the backfield there.
It is wide receivers.
Wide receivers, you have Chris Olave, Michael Pittman, Chris Godwin, Alan Lazard. Pick 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and 1 flex. You got it, boss. We got you. Okay. So, John, you said Fournette and Josh Jacobs, right?
Yeah, but that Ramondre is delicious against Detroit's D.
Yeah.
Very delicious.
Okay.
I think I risk it here.
Yeah?
I think I risk it, and let's just say Swift plays. Swift's automatic, but if Swift doesn't play, I like Ramondre and Fournette. Josh Jacobs doesn't have a bounce-back game quite as good as last week.
Okay. Being a Patriots fan, an unbiased Patriots fan, might I add, we have a great offensive line. We really do. Damian Harris, Ramondre Stevens, both very talented. I'm going to agree with John here. I would do Fournette and Ramondre if and only if Swift does not play. I don't think he will, but if Swift plays, it's Swift and Fournette. With your wide receivers, you have Olave versus Seattle. I think you start Olave if Michael Thomas is out.
Yeah.
He would be only if Michael Thomas is out. Michael Pittman, I'm starting. I don't care that he has been underwhelming this past 2 weeks. He is the number 1 wide receiver for the Colts. I think Matt Ryan has no one else to go to, apparently other than Mo Alley Cox. So I go Michael Pittman. Chris Godwin's going to second game back. He'll get acclimated back into that offense, going to see the ball more, going to be on the field for more snaps, more plays.
Flex play do you put in there?
Yeah, so I'll go Pittman, Godwin, and then I'm going Olave as my flex. What do you think?
Yeah, I like Lazard if it wasn't a London game at 9 o'clock. It's just those are under games.
Yeah.
They're not high offense.
Yeah.
Shout out to the kickers. They
Yeah.
love to kick in London.
They're trying to get recruited.
Shout out Greg, whatever the fuck his name is, for Minnesota. He's got me
Joseph.
18 points.
Yeah.
Second highest guy on my fantasy team.
They
They just like to kick in London time.
Yeah, they do.
kickers kick.
Yeah.
Kickers be kicking.
The new Harry Kane,
Exactly.
obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
Guys, look who's back. 10.
10. Yo, what's up, guys? Lost my game this week because of JT and Andrews. That's unfortunate. But I have won the war because of a trade. Finesse Devontae Adams.
What?
I've officially assembled the Avengers.
Hell yeah, dude.
All right. Tell us more, please.
Yeah, 10. We got to hear who you traded away, who did you sell your soul to, and all the above.
I want to know the theme music before you watch these games. Jeez.
DeAndre, I will go on record. DeAndre Adams. DeAndre. Jesus Christ, the CT is real. Devontae Adams is my favorite receiver in the NFL right now. Unfortunately, Derek Carr is one of the most frustrating, God bless quarterbacks in the fucking NFL. That being said, please tell us. Okay.
Yeah, because we're living vicariously through Tan.
Oh,
Tan's team
Yeah.
is solid.
Okay, here we go. Marquise Brown and Deontay Johnson. Marquise Brown, Deontay Johnson, and Chase Edmonds for Devontae Adams and A.J. Dillon. I'm sad to let Deontay go, given his targets, but Marquise is depreciating asset. Oh, a lot to take in there.
Sober thoughts. Let me go back to you real quick. Lat Murray got traded to Broncos.
Oh, they picked. Okay.
So
He's a
good goal line back. He's a goal line back. I don't think he can be a early down back. I think he is the goal line back. I still like Boone, but clearly the Broncos picked him up for a reason. He's sober thoughts. Let's change it up. I know I told you to pick up Boone. I'd go Huntley. There, not Murray or or Boone. I just want to stay away from that Broncos backfield until I see some sort of
like a run of
Dependability,
something. I got to see something. If I were you, can you hold on to your waiver pick this week? If not, then go for Huntley. But because Murray and Boone, that's just hard. Clearly, they don't like Boone and Melvin Gordon. They have to go get another guy.
Yeah, I would take that's more of a diss on Melvin Gordon.
Yeah.
I mean, should be a solidified RB1 after Williams goes down, and they're like, well, fuck this. We're going to get Latavius Murray.
Yeah. Which, by the way, Latavius Murray did well when he came in for the Saints last year because he got the touchdown. So you can play that game where you rely on Murray's, goal line carries. I don't think you'd do bad, but I wouldn't start him. Have him on your bench and go from there. So I just convinced myself to pick up Murray. Pick up Murray, put him on your bench, see what happens, or take a risk and take a chance on Huntley. Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't give you a definitive answer because I'm going based off instinct here and what I feel is going to benefit you long term. And that is Huntley and Murray.
Would you waste a waiver wire on those, though?
I personally would not. But if I'm in a predicament where I needed one of those running backs, I'd burn it on Murray. I want to say Murray. Golly. Sorry, sober thoughts. My thoughts are not sober. Marquise Brown and Deontay Johnson and Chase Edmonds for Devontae and AJ. Bruh, 10, can you have a co-manager on this team? You want to go ahead and give me access to your team? Because this is a freaking amazing. I want in on this win. Marquise Brown, Deontay Johnson, and Chase Edmonds for Devontae Adams and AJ Dillon. Did y'all smoke before making this trade? That's amazing.
We got Dom coming in. Thanks for joining, Dom.
It was all mind games. I like that. Sorry.
Start Gerald Everett or George Kittle. Ooh.
I know a couple boys in this room love Gerald Everett.
We do. We're going to look at the matchups, too, because I do not know who what's his name is playing.
Even though I'm new to this thing, Gerald Everett looks like a boss.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. He's always been a decent route runner. Just never had enough playing time sort of player, right? He's always had to share the field with another tight end.
Never gained the confidence.
Yeah. Now he's had a solid core. We had Russell Wilson before, but now that he is given the opportunity, he's coming alive.
That's all it takes sometimes. A little bit of time.
Yep. Yeah. I mean,
so who do you start there, John? Kittle?
Gerald Everett versus the Browns. George Kittle versus the Panthers. Both play on Sunday. 49ers coming off of a shorter week, I guess, shorter rest. George Kittle finally got involved a little bit in the offense this past week. Not only was a Gerald Everett going into the season, I still want to go with Gerald this week. Coming to you live. I'm coming from a guy who was a George Kittle fan his first couple seasons. As you can tell, his productivity has definitely dropped off since those years. But 49ers in general are a little discombobulated. But I like Gerald Everett. I like Gerald Everett a lot. Cleveland Browns, the Browns.
I'm agreeing with John here. Gerald Everett, even though we know what George Kittle can do, based off his past, he's just not getting the targets. Granted, he did play the Rams, great linebacking core. But I think the 49ers look like they love to run the ball this season with Jimmy G, finding Brandon Ayuk in the slant with the slant routes. Debo with the slant routes. George Kittle is more so like middle of the field, right?
Mhm.
Not really a slant guy quite at all. I go Gerald Everett. Gerald Everett there. That's who I'd start.
Yeah, George Kittle, just for stats wise, through 4 weeks, George Kittle's have played 2 games,
Yeah.
8 total points, 4 points a game. Gerald Everett's the top 5 tight end right now. 41 points total and half PPR, 10 points a game average. Gerald Everett all day.
Herbert loves Everett.
Tan said all season long, kept sending this guy terrible trades. When he lost 1 week, I sent him the trade and said, "This is my first real trade for you." And he accepted.
10.
Wow.
10.
This man must be playing mind games.
Yo, 10 must get the ladies too.
Yeah.
10 gets the ladies.
Oh, I can tell.
Yo,
it's
10.
like that sweet talker.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Slow down, baby.
He sends all his ugly friends in first, and then he's like, "Yo, I'm gonna meet y'all in like 30 minutes," and then shows up late, and all the girls are like, "Damn,
All the bitches love me.
yeah."
It comes out with
10.
that aura.
Yeah,
Yeah.
10, you slide devil, you.
Hey, with
I
Devontae
love 10,
Adams,
man.
anything can happen.
Yeah.
Assembled the Avengers.
Dom, thank you.
Dom, yeah, I'd go Gerald Everett, man. Hope you win your matchup because of that reason.
Ooh.
Um,
Looking forward. Let us know next week
Yeah.
how you get on with that.
Dom, please, yeah.
I'd put my faith in Gerald
Yeah.
Everett, though.
Yeah.
Sober thoughts. If you're still here, please come back next week. Same as you, CCAC Sports. Would love to know how y'all did. I'm not going to be as invested in your teams as I am with my boy Tan, but come through. All right. So, with all that being said, really appreciate all the comments so far and the questions. Please feel free to keep asking them. We'll try and answer them. And on that note, we have Quinn Leonardi from Cape Town, South Africa. Wow, they watch football out there, huh? All right. Quinn Leonardi. Would you trade Michael Pittman and Chris Olave, John, to receive Debo and Juju, Rooney? I would then have Justin Jefferson, Debo, and Waddle. So before I let y'all answer, I'm gonna go back to a statement that Rooney made for a completely different sport and a completely different fantasy strategy in the EPL, and that is he went with Super Striker.
Super Strikers.
Rooney's Super Strikers in the EPL is equivalent to my 3-headed monster at wide receiver.
Mm.
I have always been a wide receiver. You could say a wide receiver whisperer.
Mm.
That's
like
been
it.
that's been my thing.
And Dr. Doolittle.
Okay. I think wide receivers are very much so underrated in winning your fantasy leagues.
Mm.
So with that being said, I would trade Michael Pittman and Chris Olave for Debo Samuels. That's who I want. I want Debo Samuels. I could care less about Juju, right? Juju going to be on your bench, going to come in for the bye weeks. Bruh, I would make this trade because Debo has a higher ceiling than Chris Olave. And he's
got Jefferson and Waddle.
Yeah, exactly. Any given day, you guys can, correct me if I'm wrong here, John. Justin Jefferson, Debo Samuels, and Jalen Waddle all can put up 30 points in the same week and can easily win you the game. True or false? Yeah.
No, agreed. Jalen Waddle to me is Miami's wide receiver 1.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill is a bonus wide receiver 1.
Yeah.
But Waddle is the dependable. Granted, I know there's a huge question mark now, which we didn't give a shout out, but T's and P's to Tua. Hope he comes back.
Mm-hmm.
Last I've heard, he's, fully functioning. He's all great, but, I'm sure sore as shit.
Yeah.
But he's going to be out a while.
Mm.
So we'll see if that Miami offense stays the same.
On Tua really quick. Didn't the medical advice. Whoever it was gave the medical advice. He got fired.
Yeah, he got sacked. In the words of the English,
That's messed
the
up.
non-affiliated neuro specialist who cleared him essentially got fired, which is good, but that shouldn't be the last thing that should happen. That's a giant red flag. I like the trade as well. All of us at this table going into the season, loved Michael Pittman because this is his year. He has to do something this year. He's got all the opportunity in the world. He just hasn't quite got there yet.
No.
So just like Aaron said, I'm trading both those guys just to get Debo, and Juju's just a bonus. I'm not sold on Juju yet in that Kansas City offense.
Agreed.
But he's still doing it. So, make the trade. Justin Jefferson, Debo Samuel, Jalen Waddle. I'm not starting anyone else.
That's what you're looking at. You don't worry about the value you're getting in Juju and trading away Chris Olave. You're really just looking at the three-headed monster that you'll have at receiving core.
So Dom's got a question. You start Zay Jones or Devin Duvernay?
So they both are. I think Zay Jones is playing the Houston Texans, and Baltimore. Devin Duvernay is playing the Cincinnati Bengals. They both defenses, in terms of fantasy-wise, are giving up the same amount of points to receivers. With that being said, I go Devin Duvernay over Zay Jones because Devin Duvernay's floor is higher than Zay Jones's. Then,
Excusez-moi.
Do you mind?
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Well, thank you. You don't have to fill up all
Drink
the
your
way.
water.
Drink your water, folks.
It's essential.
It's essential. I'd go Devin Duvernay, only because his floor is lower. I mean, it's higher than Zay Jones's.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, whether you like him or not, Lamar Jackson's an X factor. Duvernay could put up 20. I think he's going to put up decently consistent numbers even at his floor. So, yeah.
Dom, bro, let me try and help you here, man. Why are you having to start Zay or Devin in the first place? Is this a 14-team league or 12-team league? What's your team look like? We would love to know to see if we can, help you add a player in your flex 12 team. Okay. Trade Russ and Sanders for Kyler, W or L. Shane. Thank you for coming through the pod. Guys, if you guys enjoy our content, please feel free to give us a like. That would be amazing. I had Javonte. Dang.
Yikes.
I traded Russ and Sanders for Kyler, W or L.
Oh. For both? You traded both?
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan.
So I was never a big fan of Miles Sanders coming into this season because he burned me the past two seasons. With that being said, Miles Sanders is proving me wrong this season. Russell Wilson has been very much so underwhelming. Kyler Murray has had a slow start, but then he just picks it up in the fourth quarter because he decides to run the ball, which he should be doing all game. I don't mind this trade, Shane, if you're okay. I have Jacobs, Connor, and Dylan still. Okay, I mean, you have Josh Jacobs, James Conner starting. Kyler Murray, you have Kyler Murray and James Conner who can give you that running back, quarterback touchdown combo. I think you overpaid. But I don't want you to beat yourself up. So with that being said, if Sanders has been on your bench, you might as well utilize that value and trade for someone decent. I wouldn't have made that trade, Shane, but I do like Kyler more than Russell Wilson. How about that? John?
Yeah, I just don't. I think it's an overvalued trade. Same that Aaron said. Don't beat yourself up on it. I mean, your running backs are fine.
Yeah.
If you don't think you're ever going to play Sanders and he's on your bench, yeah, trade him away. But I think if you're talking about value for value, probably could have got a little more for that trade because of who you traded away.
Yeah, I agree with John. You could probably have traded maybe James Conner and Russell Wilson. Benny, thanks for coming through. Shane, like I said, Kyler's better than Russ. Miles Sanders on your bench. A solid trade if you're just doing that. Benny, welcome to the stream. Guys, I'm going to mention one more time. If you guys do like our content and enjoy the advice we're giving you, please feel free to give us a like and subscribe. We try to do this every Tuesday around 8:30 Eastern, 9 p.m. Eastern. Try to go for a couple hours. So really, really appreciate all the comments and questions.
Benny's asking, what do you think trading Amari for Deontay, full PPR?
1,000% do it.
Yeah?
1,000%.
All in?
All in.
That's it.
All in. Amari was a fluke the past couple of games. Fluke. Deontay with Kenny Pickett.
Don't hold back.
Solid. I ain't holding back. Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's going to be the Kenny Pickett show going forward.
Yep. Name the starter.
Okay, back to Dom real quick. We've got Lamar, Mixon, Brees, Mike Evans, Drake London, Everett starting on my bench. Tyler Algier, Noah Brown, Zay Jones, and Michael Carter. I am not familiar with Michael Carter.
Jets running back.
Oh, okay.
He's behind Brees right now.
Dom was asking for flex play, right? Yes. Zay Jones or Devin.
Yeah, I go. Yeah, I go Tyler Algier. Ooh, that might be a hot take. I'd go Tyler over Zay or Devin, but if you're really set on Devin or Zay, go Devin. My lineup would look like Kyler, Cooper Kupp, Jerry Jeudy, Adam Thielen, God bless, James Conner, AJ Dillon, Travis Kelce, Josh Jacobs, Bills, and Gano. Pretty solid team.
Does he need to trade anyone there?
Says he's been trying to
trade
Amari.
Trade Thielen.
He's been trying to trade Thielen. Yeah.
Any tips on if should trade anyone? Yeah, man. I can definitely give you some tips. Not this tip, but a tip. Sell high on Amari? Oh, no, that's Benny. Sorry. My lineup would look like Kyler, Kupp, Jeudy, Thielen. Oh.
So here's the scenario.
Yeah.
He keeps Russ, doesn't make that trade, still has Miles Sanders. Then I would have probably packaged Jeudy and Connor or Thielen and Connor and try to get a better running back. That would have been my strategy.
I like that. But based off Cooper Kupp is your best player. Jerry Jeudy is, he's finding his groove with Russ. I would trade James Conner and you know what? You know what I would do? I would trade Thielen and AJ Dillon for who? This is tough. I like this. You're giving me a challenge, Shane. We're gonna. Yeah, don't trade Cooper. No, heck no. Shane, you're giving me a challenge. Let me look in my bag here.
Tricks of the trade.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, anyone want to answer Benny's question?
Benny, yeah, he just said he's in. I've been trying to sell high on Amori. Even if this goes wrong, I got Cup and Lamb. Yeah, Cup and Lamb. You're fine. Going back to Benny, what do you think trading Amori for Deontay? So in that context, definitely. Deontay will get you touches, full PPR. Amori will get you high yardage once in a blue moon. But that Browns offense is in more of a question mark than. Yeah, couldn't even think of a reference on that one. I make the trade. You make the trade. You're looking at go back to his team. Where's he at? Cup, CD Lamb, and Deontay Johnson. Yeah, I like that more than Cup, CD Lamb, and Amori. So
okay. So Benny, I've got
You said props for Amari for winning in week 3.
that's the only win you're gonna get from him.
yeah, use that as trade leverage.
Yeah. So Benny, with that being said, oh, you benched him week 2? Yeah. Well, you can bench him in week 5. I can tell you that. Shane, going back to you, man, I like Judy better than Thielen, so I would do Thielen and AJ Dillon for. Wait, so is this you have a flex, right, Shane? Oh, you have Michael Gallup? That's solid, dude. Josh Reynolds, also solid.
Yeah, Jacobs is his flex.
So you have 3 wide receivers and a flex. Kyler, Kupp, Judy, Thielen. I would do Thielen and Connor. Or Thielen and Dillon for, if you want a receiver, I'd do Thielen and Dillon for Marquise Brown. Even though hear me out. I know DeAndre Hopkins is coming back. I still think Marquise Brown is going to be someone Kyler looks to. I would trade Marquise Brown, or hear me out. Shane, hear me out. The value you get from Dillon and Thielen aren't going to be as consistent as I think you would get from Chris Olave. So you might have to pay a little bit more now, but long term, solid trade. Now, in terms of running backs, I love Dameon Pierce. Thielen.
Bless you.
And AJ Dillon for either Damian Harris or Dameon Pierce. Now, I think Damian Harris is more of a probability, but that's what I would do. I would try to get rid of Thielen and Dillon. Only because you can stand to do that. 2 for 1. I love 2 for 1s, Shane. Wait, so it is a 3 wide receiver.
Yeah.
So you have Michael Gallup coming in. He will start to see the field more with as time goes on and weeks go on.
Yeah, so Josh Jacobs can move out of your flex into your running back.
Yep.
You can even plug in Gallup as your flex if you needed to.
Exactly.
So, yeah, you've got a lot of trade leverage on your running backs.
Yeah, Thielen and Dillon for Damian Harris. He's a better running back, too, than Dillon because he's a starter. Someone would do that trade because someone wants Thielen. 2 for 1s. I love 2 for 1s when you can provide. You try to look for the teams that have holes in certain positions, and your goal is not to rip them off. Your goal is to try and provide them the value that they need, even if you take a hit. But the reason you take a hit is because you can't afford it, because that's why you draft a good bench, right? In this case, you got Michael Gallup. solid starter. Wide receiver 3, easy when he comes back.
Listen, those two for Damian Pierce.
Yes, sir. Please try that at least. Try that. What do you guys think? You guys see? Do you guys get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. In that regard, then that kind of eliminates his trade for Kyler. So he's keeping Russ at that point. Remember that too. Because that trade was relying on him getting Kyler. The Russ and the Russ and Sanders for Kyler.
yeah.
So that would be like null and void.
Yeah, it's the same concept. Yep, John's right.
He has Olave too, blockbuster. Well, they're not around anymore, so that's a terrible one.
I mean,
no, I'm kidding.
I like Olave more than Michael Gallup. How do we feel about that?
Yeah, depending on what freaking quarterback plays for the Saints.
Yeah. I mean, Gallup, it's going to take him a few more weeks to get back into the groove. Dak's coming back. Dak loves Michael Gallup. But I don't know if the dude will do Michael Gallup right now. I think he needs to see a few more games under his belt. But blockbuster indeed. Guys, feel free. I know I keep plugging it, but please feel free to subscribe.
Show some love.
Show some love.
Subscriptions. Hey, you can mute your notifications on subscriptions.
Yeah.
Act like nothing happened. How you doing? Keep it moving.
Yeah.
Even if we give you bad advice, you keep coming back because you know what?
We're entertaining.
We might not be 100%, but we're damn sure not 0%.
Amen.
Unless you're in my other.
Let's try and get to 13 subscribers by today.
13 subscribers.
13 subscribers.
10 likes for this actual live stream.
Yep.
So share it with your buddies. Want to hop on and just shoot the shit. We literally, if you guys are returning viewers, we answer every single question and even make a comment on any statement that's given to us.
We made a really good friend in Tan.
Tan, Jacob's another Jacob from earlier. He was another recurring guest.
Jacob, shout out to Jacob.
It's all about interaction. We're all in here together. We're not even in the same league with you guys, so it's unbiased opinions.
I am very much so invested. Like, I love fantasy football. We all love sports. Yes.
Shane's asking there.
Thank you. Damien, yes.
Yeah.
Damien, yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Damian Pierce showed what he can do last week. I think they're going to keep feeding him the ball. So, I'm Shane. I'm now invested in your team because I had to think about this a lot. If you can do A.J. Dillon and Thielen for Damian Pierce, bro, please do it because you'll have Josh Jacobs, James Conner, and Damian Pierce. You'll have Michael Gallup, Jared Jeudy, Cooper Kupp, and Kyler Murray. That's a very solid team with the Bills' defense. Just saying. I don't really care about Graham Gano, but...
Graham Gano, what is it, 2013?
Thank you, Shane. Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
Is it time?
Waiver wires?
Waiver wires?
Cow, we have not gotten to my waiver wires.
It's time.
It's time for Aaron's waivers of the week. So last week, Benny's got Algier. Benny, I have Kyler as well. I feel your pain.
And I also live in the same house as Aaron, and I hear his pain.
Kyler had like 4 points going to the half or 2. And then he turns up and gets like 20 in the second half. I mean, that's just what he's been doing this season. I don't know why. But I also have Marquise Brown.
Oof.
Double decker.
Algier, is there a statement with that? Let me see if I can find it. He gets that. Yeah, Benny's right.
Yeah.
If you were to trade for Olave, Shane said. Good question, man. Let me see. I love that Travis Kelce too. He's got like 4 wide receivers essentially. What's your record, Shane?
Mm-hmm. 2-2, 500.
Yeah, not bad. Josh Reynolds and I would do Josh. So if you trade for Olave or wait, I would trade for Olave right now. Yeah. Sounds good, Benny.
We'll be here.
Yeah, let us know when you come back. Shane, let's see. So if I would trade for Olave, I think that person would do Thielen for Olave straight up. No?
He might.
I do Thielen Olave, but he's going to be like, wait, why is he trading me Thielen for Olave? He might not just do it because there's some manipulation going on there.
He's got Damon and Olave.
Yeah, I do. So I do Thielen, Dylan, and Gallup for Olave and Damian. Now, if he says no to that, keep it pushing. How you doing? I go for Damian only. I don't want to give up Connor because that would leave you with Dylan as your flex. But I would. I honestly might even do Connor, Thielen, and Dylan for Damian and Olave. Because then Gallup goes into the third, Olave goes to his flex, and then he starts Damian and Josh Jacobs.
Mm.
Yeah, I'd go wide receiver as your flex. Josh moves into your running back. I like that. Damian and Josh Jacobs. Damian Pierce, Josh Jacobs. Yeah, I would do worst case. This is the worst case. I'd first offer Thielen, Dylan, and Gallup. If he says no to that, Thielen, Connor, and Gallup. So start without Connor. Start without Connor for sure. Start without Connor. Absolutely. Keep Connor. But then if he says no, then move up to Connor. Because Damian and Josh Jacobs, solid tandem. Olave is your flex. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but I think I'm right here. All right. So, waiver wire. But before that, we have a quick commercial break on my end. Please hear a quick ad from our sponsors, Rooney and John.
Needs to come through this way.
I think I should be good.
Oh, secret agent man.
Just like butter.
I like the walrus seal slide there.
So smooth, like a
While he's gone, I use this to do another shameless plug.
Yeah.
Another full shameless plug. Our Instagram is pb.j_podcast. We have a link tree. We have this YouTube page linked to it. We have our Spotify link to it, which you'll find our regular podcast every Monday morning, 9:15 a.m. Eastern time. We tape those live on Sunday afternoons. Sometimes Sunday mornings. The NFL schedule has kind of got us a little. As of right now, it's kind of like, planned for 10:30, 11 a.m. Eastern. So if you guys want to come join that pod while we live stream, we'll answer questions on that as well. Doesn't have to not be sports related since we do keep sports here. But If you guys want to bring up a sports topic, we'll talk about that as well. Honestly, we're just three best friends who are just talking shit and talking life. You know, it's been a fun one. We're on 16 in that one. This is week 5 for us for the NFL season. We just have fun. Just have fun there.
About sharing opinions, getting our thoughts out there, current events, just anything really, anything that's affecting us, anything that we like or dislike throughout that week, you know. But we value your opinions too, and would like to know if there's anything you need to get off your chest as well.
Yep.
We, just give our honest opinions on everything. We're uncensored, I would say.
Yeah.
Hot takes are
Speciality.
They're
welcomed.
Yes.
So any topic we discuss, if you guys got an opinion, come join us on the live stream, chime in. If you miss it and you watch us later or listen to us later and you have a comment on it, shoot us a DM on our Instagram, leave a comment on our YouTube. We'll see it, we'll find it, and I promise you there will be a response one way or another.
Oh, yes.
We're very interactive with our guests.
Yep.
It actually makes pods and streams more enjoyable. So we do have a TikTok starting fresh.
Yeah, we
New
do.
TikTok as well.
Fresh out the oven.
Yep.
Just
oven.
like those hot takes.
Yeah, please check out our TikTok. I put a lot of work into that. A lot of work.
We've got one compilation video, but it's a fire compilation video.
Wow. Yeah.
We getting there.
Yeah.
You in there? Get some views?
Got some views.
All right.
Ticking and talking.
Ticking and talking. We don't plug our private social media, but I mean, it doesn't take a detective to find all of our private social media. If you're into that, I'm not sure why, but no judgment. Yeah, we got Bala, Pauli, and John, PB and J.
As you can see,
boom.
Here we are, and we plug it, but it's actually on the wall behind us. PB.J_podcast. YouTube is PB. lowercase NJ, as you know, because you are watching us.
And we thank you for that. We thank you.
Back to our scheduled
waiver wire ads of the week.
Bala's waiver wire ads.
Shane's got a couple of questions before we get into that.
Okay.
One might be relevant to the waiver wire.
Okay.
You want to take it, John?
Oh, take it away.
Is Olgaya a top waiver wire pickup this week?
Finally. Yeah. Finally, someone pronounces something wrong because it's not an English soccer player. It's an American football player.
Tell me, John.
Algier.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Worcestershire. That's a callback to our podcast. Check it out. I think it's episode 6 or 7. Worcestershire is not the correct way to say it. It's Worcestershire.
Oh, it is.
All right.
Melv Gord is still there.
Shane, to answer your Algier question, Bala will give you that here in a second.
Ooh.
And Melv Gordon is still there in your league. Wow. Interesting. Syria Palsom. I'm 0-4 with Herbie, Najee, Aaron Jones, Amon St. Brown, Jamar, and Andrews. Dalvin Cook. Jamar, I'm guessing, is Jamar Chase because you listed it with your... No, you didn't. Yeah, you listed it with your running backs. Herbie. Why am I drawing a blank? Aaron,
I'm sorry?
Is it Herbie? Who's he referencing Herbie?
He's talking about Khalil Herbert?
Oh,
Justin Herbert?
Oh, Oh,
Yeah.
Justin Herbert, Najee Harris, Aaron Jones, Amon St. Brown, Jamar Chase, Mark Andrews, and Dalvin Cook.
How are you 0-4? Only, I assume you got unlucky playing a Tyreek Hill, a Mark Andrews, a TJ Hawkinson,
Yep.
a Debo Samuels
Yep.
the past few weeks.
Nick Chubb, what?
Yeah, I'm sure that's what happened. Syria, I would say with your team, if you can, and Amon's been hurt. He was hurt this week at least. Dalvin Cook also hurt.
Yeah.
What should you do? Surya, do you believe in Jesus Christ? No. So this is what I would tell you.
What the
man.
great Lord Cthulhu? No. All right.
This is what I would tell you to do.
Jamal Williams, Hawkinson, and Josh Jacobs. Oh my
Oh,
God! You didn't play
wow.
Hawkinson this past week. I wouldn't either if Mark Andrews, to be honest.
I mean, you started Delvin over Jamal.
Oh, and Josh Jacobs on the bench. Yikes! Ooh.
That's a lot of points on the bench.
I think that's your problem. You have too much depth that you're not utilizing them. Therefore, my strategy, and has always been my strategy, and I mentioned this early in the podcast, is what, Rooney?
We're going striker strong.
We're going strong, baby. That's right.
Trade away.
Trade away. Do 2-for-1s because you have the ability to do so. You might not have been here earlier in the podcast, but what I will tell you, Surya, is that okay, you did bench. Okay, that's cool. That's not bad. I will tell you that because you have depth in your bench, use that depth, use that value to upgrade your starting positions, right? I like 2-for-1s. I will go back to saying this. So because I don't know your league, I don't know the people in your league. I don't know if you're friends with them or not friends with them. All those factor in. They all do. That being said, I would reach out to the person that is either in first place or right where you are, and find out the holes that they have on their team. The chances are it's going to be in a running back position. You have so much depth at running back that you can afford to trade Aaron Jones or Dalvin Cook, and then plug in Josh Jacobs as their replacement.
Decent players and waivers.
Okay.
Yeah, but throw this in and say that, mark my words, TJ Hawkinson will never be higher for trade leverage.
Ooh.
So you ship his ass however you can this week.
Yeah, John's right.
He's never going to have another 35 point. Mark my words.
Yeah.
So
I would.
You could throw Hawkinson in on a 2 and go for a 3-for-2 trade too, depending on the teams. Man, do you have trade leverage?
You have a lot
my
of trade.
God.
Yeah. You have Najee Harris and Aaron Jones. What I would do is, whichever you don't prefer, you trade that person, and I would pair him up with. Wow, dude, your team is stacked. Najee and Amon-Ra St. Brown, or Aaron Jones and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Move Dalvin Cook into your starting running back and pair Jamar Chase up with a let me just give you the list of wide receivers that I have in my trade target. Please hold.
Stand by. Oh my, yeah, he's got enough firepower to get some high.
You know what? You can't trade St. Brown right now because he's injured. Unless we know he's coming back and he's going to be healthy, I would do. AJ Brown has had 2 underwhelming weeks. Try to go for AJ Brown, or I would try to upgrade your wide receiver, because I don't know how much more you can get from your running back. Like, You're not getting Saquon Barkley. I can tell you that. You're not getting a Nick Chubb. You have Jamal Williams, who's the number 4 running back in the league right now. Go for McCaffrey or Eckler. But like I said, I think I would like you to go for a wide receiver. So I would, because you have so much running back, trade away Aaron Jones or Najee Harris and one of your bench wide receivers for a receiver. He has been good. So you can keep him, Surya. You can keep him. So you'll have Jamar, Amon-Ra, St. Brown, and then A.J. Brown or Stephon Diggs. They both had underwhelming weeks. That way you'll have a three-headed monster.
That's what we're all about.
Yeah, exactly. Debo Samuel's another one. Cortland Sutton. That's who I'm going for. Cortland Sutton. You can even straight up do Aaron Jones, Najee Harris, one of those two for Cortland Sutton. There's no way that person will decline that trade. If they do, they're an idiot. Unless they are strong at running backs. But I would do a 1-for-1, but if you have the option to do a 2-for-1, you can give up a wide receiver and a running back like Aaron Jones or Najee Harris. Do it for Cortland Sutton, AJ Brown, Stephon Diggs. I mean, dude, you have so many options. Shane, you're in another league.
Welcome back, Benny.
Surya, you should get better at receiver. Get a three-headed wide receiver monster. You have too many running backs that you cannot play. Don't try to upgrade there. You just need to make the right decisions, and the best way to make the right decisions is by not having to make that decision. You're being forced to start the players that you have, and you don't have to go, do I need to start this player, because they're all going to give you some sort of value.
Just got to bank on them.
Yeah.
What do you think of Shane's team here?
This is my other league where I have Josh Allen, Leonard Fournette, Dalvin Cook, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Dalton Schultz, San Fran, Tyler Bash. I trade Dameon Pierce, Dalvin, and Brandon Cooks for Henry. Sorry, that was a lot. Nah, Shane, it's never a lot. We really appreciate it.
And this is bench.
Clyde Ayuk, Allen Robinson, Kareem Hunt. Jesus Christ.
Wow, Shane, this team is great. This is an amazing team.
Yeah, I hope you have a winning record.
You with that San Francisco defense, you better. Should I trade Dameon Pierce, Dalvin, and Brandon Cooks for Henry? That's a lot for Henry, but yes. But before doing that 3-for-1, try to get back a bench receiver. Try to get back a bench receiver with that trade before doing that 3-for-1. Agreed? 3-for-2. Do a 3-for-2. No matter who it is, try and get someone for them. 3-for-2. Is that an 8-man, Shane?
It's 9-man.
Yeah, Surya, exactly. I would personally go wide receiver at your flex. Is this a standard half PPR or PPR? Sorry if you said that earlier.
I don't think he's specified.
Yes. Surya, let us know what it is. PPR, then absolutely.
Yeah,
but
it's full PPR.
It's PPR.
Yeah. Oh, even better. Why? That's your wide receiver right there. Either go for Christian McCaffrey, who's the only other good PPR running back, or go for a wide receiver in AJ Brown, Cortland Sutton. One of those. Is that 9-man, 2-1? Benny said you lost. Guys, I lost 2.
Got me thinking that was a 4-man.
Yeah. Yo, Benny, hilarious. Who wins? Okay. So, guys, I lost 2. Yeah, those are the worst. Diggs went off that 1 week, but he had like 30 points in like 2 quarters. You don't need to trade anyone, but if you did, Shane, do a 3-for-2, bro. Try to get a receiver just for shits and giggles. You're not even going to start him. But Derrick Henry would just change your team. I don't know how, but it would.
Revise, thanks for joining us.
Revise. Appreciate you, man.
Who wins, Monty and Kittle or Kamara?
Monty, is that David Montgomery?
That's the only one I can think of. It's not Monty Ball. He's out of the league.
Who wins? Monty and Kittle or Kamara? He just asked. Okay, I would say, dang, both running backs are. I say the not knowing the other person's tight end situation, the one who gave up Kittle, I would say the Kamara deal. Because why would you give up Kittle?
Yeah.
Even though Kittle I know hasn't performed, right? I say the Kamara, David Montgomery, when he comes back, Khalil Herbert will probably go in. My lineup had Jamal Williams at flex last week. First round running backs flopped this year. 1,000% agreed, Benny. It's that second round, those second rounders, baby. Saquon Barkley. That's where it is.
I'll take it.
Shane, Marquise, and Henry for those three. God bless. I would love that. If Shane can get Marquise Brown, I would try for that. And then if he says no, downgrade with the receiver he has. So try to get a lower tier receiver. If he says no to that, then you shoot him the Henry trade. You gotta bring him in, rope a dope, right? You gotta bring him in
And hit him with a jab.
Yeah, exactly.
Going back to Sirius, what top tier receivers should be looking for? And Benny also said depends what you need. Said trade for T. Higgins. Listen, I think you have enough firepower. You can go higher than. There's my three receivers that I would like you could trade for, which would be an easy trade. If it's somebody who doesn't know what they have or they want more rather than who. I mean, of course, you could fucking shoot for the stars and go for Cooper Kupp, Stephon Diggs, right? Even Justice Jefferson on that list. Jalen Waddles, he's got kind of a cloud on his head because of the quarterback situation. But three guys, in my opinion, that you for sure can get with what you have: Devontae Adams, AJ Brown, Deebo Samuel. Those are 9th, 10th, and 11 in wide receivers. Devontae Adams will finish top 5 this season, in my opinion. I think he will. Barring Derek fucking Carr, but that's a whole other argument.
Yeah.
AJ Brown, like Aaron said, had a down week, which helps you in the trade leverage situation.
Yep.
But Deebo Samuels, Devontae Adams, AJ Brown, that's high level receivers I think you can shoot for.
Mm-hmm.
And just for your confidence boost, Amon is number 6 right now in wide receivers on half PPR. So you still have a ton of value at your receiver without trading him away.
Now, going back to, I agree with everything John just said. You can go a lot higher than T. Higgins. So Surya, try to aim high, man. Aim high.
He said Aaron Jones, Najee, and Hawkinson for Justin Jefferson. That's a doable trade if the person accepts it. I don't know if I wouldn't start with Aaron Jones and Dalvin Cook before putting Najee up there, though.
If I were the Justin Jefferson owner, I would want a receiver back. So think about that. And Surya, you got to realize giving up 2 running backs will be a little too much because Jamal Williams is going to go back to his role when DeAndre Swift comes back. So that's why we want you to trade one running back and 1 receiver.
So you said he needs RBs badly.
Who's that?
So yeah.
Oh, he needs RBs badly. Then definitely go Aaron Jones. Heck, I'd do Jamal Williams before I do Dalvin or Najee. If that person bites, do it. No. Don't trade Amon Ra because you want that 3-headed monster. I don't know who else you have on your bench. Sorry, let me look back here.
He's got Jamal Williams, Hawkinson, and Josh Jacobs on the bench.
You have no receivers in your bench? Benny, go ahead and be a spokesperson, man. Tell these people to give us a like. And Shane, you as well, bro. That would be amazing. You guys can go ahead and give us a thumbs up. We're here to help out as much as we can before week 5.
Welcome in the Joker.
Yeah, Joker, welcome in. Don't trade Amon-Ra. You don't have backup wide receivers. Yeah, don't have backup. Okay, so that is your issue. So try to do what you said earlier. Like John said, do Dalvin, Aaron Jones, TJ Hawkinson for Justin Jefferson, and go and work that way or Jamal Williams, and then one of those three big running backs, TJ Hawkinson for Justin Jefferson. I'm gonna be honest with you. As a Justin Jefferson owner, if I was that person, I would not do that trade. But if he needs a running back, he might. So aim high, always aim high. Even the girls, you know what I'm saying? Talk to the girls. Always go for the hot ones first before you end up with the ones after 2:30. You know what I mean?
John, what do you think of Joker's question there?
Elijah Moore or Corey Davis rest of the season for bench stash, full PPR.
Boom! The Joker. What a great question. Are you Joker part of this podcast?
Slide W.
Look, six likes. Thanks so much, guys. Can we try to get to 10? We're trying to get to 13 subscribers by end of tonight. We're doing a 24-hour live. No, we're not.
Yeah, no, it'll be over for long.
No chance.
We might have to do a repeat segment, though. I mean, a repeat stream on another day.
Yeah.
Joker, straight up, I'm going Corey Davis as a bench stash. Absolutely. I'm not big on Elijah Moore. I'll just be straight up and honest.
Oh.
Not as big. Corey Davis, Zach Wilson's back. Will he stay healthy? We don't know. But then there's Joe Flacco.
Benny, that's a great question. His running backs are Breeze, Hall. Yeah, so to go back to you, Joker, I agree with John. Corey Davis, he is my number 2 ad of the week. Corey Davis, number 2 ad of the week.
Got revise. Who's going to finish with a better fantasy season? Drake London or Olave?
Who's going to finish it? There we go, Benny. Every Tuesday. Amen, brother. Thank you. Yeah. Come on, Benny. We got to make Benny a mod. Yeah, we got to make Benny a mod.
Revise straight off the dump here. I'm going to go Drake London's going to end there with better fantasy points. Involvement, I go Chris Olave. From a stat sheet, Drake London will have more fantasy points by the end of the season.
Agree with John. Drake London is the clear number 1 wide receiver. Kyle Pitts does not exist, unfortunately.
That is why the Falcons are 2-2.
Yeah,
because they cannot get all 3 of those guys. T's and P's, Cordell Patterson now. That's look for Drake London even more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Drake London over Olave. Michael Thomas. He just got injured. Jarvis Landry will be back. That too many mouths to feed there. What's the next one here, Runes? What we got next?
Elijah Moore fell off a cliff. Yeah, he kind of did. But
Surya said his running backs are Breece Hall and Jeff Wilson. Oh, dude, yeah.
Yeah, he needs running backs.
He needs running backs.
Badly.
Absolutely. Jeff Wilson and Breece Hall, those two are very inconsistent.
Take what you need.
Yeah, take what you need. Justin Jefferson. Try for it at least. And give him throw him everything you have at him.
I said his waivers are pretty good. He still has Juju, Renfro, and Elijah Moore on waiver. Those are still available on waiver. Juju's not a bad waiver pickup.
No, not at all. As a backup wide receiver, not a bad pickup.
His backups non-existent.
Right. Yeah, definitely do Juju as a backup. Fill in for a bye week. Benny, Elijah Moore fell off a cliff. Amen. He did. The Joker says, thank you guys for the advice. Appreciate it, man. Of course, here to help. My waivers are pretty good. MT is still there.
So did you keep Cook over Aaron Jones and Najee in a PPR league?
So this is our opinion. Surya is asking our opinion. In a PPR league. See, Dalvin Cook got injured this couple weeks ago. He did play through it last week. Didn't do too bad, but he could re-aggravate it. I move on from Dalvin Cook. I move on from Dalvin Cook. You can get more for Dalvin Cook than you can for Aaron Jones and Najee. True or false? Based off recency bias.
Yeah, because I mean, Syria just said Najee has been terrible.
Yeah.
Relevant to his draft pick. Absolutely, he's been terrible. I mean, some people picked him fucking third overall.
Yeah.
But that's just the state of the Steelers' offense,
Mm-hmm.
which is unfortunate.
Yeah, I go Dalvin Cook. I trade Dalvin Cook. I keep Aaron Jones, and Najee. For me, that's my personal opinion, only based off I know Dalvin Cook is very prone to injury.
Yes, every single season.
Every season. Get away from that.
He's consistently inconsistent.
Yeah, it's consistently inconsistent.
Yeah, a PPR league out of those three running backs, Dalvin Cook, Aaron Jones, Najee. Aaron Jones is your best in a PPR.
Yeah. Dalvin's second to that, but you got to give him something that he where his eyes pop, right? What's next?
We'll just stay on serious since you just asked. So if I were to trade Dalvin Cook, would I start Jamal Williams or Jacobs? Because Najee has not been that good. Let's start Jamal Williams or Jacobs. Jamal Williams for sure until DeAndre Swift comes back.
Josh Jacobs plays Kansas City. Jamal Williams plays the New England Patriots. I start Jamal Williams. Yeah, I start Jamal Williams.
I start Jamal as well.
Yeah.
It's a better matchup.
Yeah. Better matchup.
And that Lions offense is crazy scary.
Yeah. Yeah.
But their defense is fucking hideous. So.
Yep.
Shane's got a question. Do you flip Reynolds for a walking body or keep him?
Walking body, warm body. I mean,
I keep him. I don't think you can get much from him.
yeah, I don't think you can get much for him. You know what? This has kind of been in the back of my mind for the last couple of weeks. And when Troy Aikman said it, I was like, well, that's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. But it kind of makes some sense. Van Jefferson, when he comes back for the Rams, because Allen Robinson is alive and healthy and breathing and a number one wide receiver for the Bears, and then he goes to this shit. I saw a stat today. In the last 17 games, Allen Robinson only has 500 yards.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
I didn't
Trade
know
bait. I've got him. Fucking ship him off of UBS.
Wow, that's a droppable player.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, a fucking 6th round pick.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're all waiting for, what I'm waiting for, is to hear about these waivers.
Yo, glad you brought it up.
Yeah, we'll push pause on the comments. Let's power through these waivers.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Because a lot of these questions are relevant to your waivers.
Yeah. A lot of these questions are very relevant. So let's go through my waivers. I'm not doing based off position, just doing top 5 waiver pickups for the week.
I like that.
First on my list, at number 5, Raheem Mostert. Rostered in 51% of leagues on Yahoo. He's still out there. If I were you, I'd try to go for him. With Tua going down, might be out for the next couple of weeks. They're going to rely on the running game a little bit more. With that being said, Raheem Mostert saw 15 carries. They might start going to him a little bit more. Had 3 targets in the passing game. Definitely a stash, not a start. Chase Edmonds is still in the backfield as well. But Raheem Mostert is my 5th pick. Number 4. This is a little bit dicey. Dicey.
I like Yahtzee.
You do?
Dicey, baby.
I love me some diciness. Michael Gallup.
No.
He was on my list last week. But Michael Gallup is back on it. People are still not adding him. Only 41% in Yahoo leagues. So he's still out there in 59% of leagues. Please pick him up. Dak's coming back. Michael Gallup is back. In the small amount of plays he participated in, dude took advantage of him. He had 2 receptions, but a touchdown. So with Dak coming back, Gallup's value goes up. Please pick up Michael Gallup if possible. Stash him on your bench. Long-term hold. Trade bait as well if you have a solid wide receiver group. Number 3 on my list. It changed while we were doing this podcast.
Oof.
I added this guy on my list and I kicked out somebody. I'm going with Latavius Murray. Latavius Murray for the Denver Broncos now because he was a Saint last week and got dropped.
Now he's a devil.
With that being said, Latavius Murray is a little bit older. He came in last week for the Saints and had 11 carries, 57 yards, and a touchdown. That's almost 5 yards per carry. I think the Broncos, this might be a hot take, have a little bit better of an offensive line than the Saints. A little bit better on the run side. I think Latavius Murray will take over that backfield. He won't get the start right away. He won't produce for you like you would want him to right away, but he will take over that backfield for sure, getting the goal line work. Stash player. And not someone you can start. These 2 upcoming are people you can start, in my opinion, right away. Tyler Algier for the Atlanta Falcons, running back.
Oh, yeah.
Cordell Patterson went down. He had his most efficient fantasy game. Only had 10 carries, but 84 yards. 8.4 yards per carry. Had 1 reception for 20 yards. He is pretty explosive. He is on my list for players to add. Going forward, I think you can start him at your flex. Very confident you can start at your flex if you need to in the 12-team PPR league or whatever league it is. 12-team for sure. Tyler Algier. Keep in mind, Cordell can come back and take over again. But right now, Tyler's the guy for the next few weeks. Number 1 ad.
Bum, 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 bum.
As the wide receiver whisperer. Oof. Like I mentioned, Romeo Dobbs being the guy last week. Didn't do too bad. 10.5 points. Dropped the touchdown at the end there. But he still got 1 score. He had like 6 targets. Anyways, beside my point. I'm going with a guy I've owned in one of my leagues. I'm in a few leagues. I own this guy only because I knew his potential and what he did with the Tennessee Titans. And that is Mr. Corey Davis. Number 1 ad for the week for me. Zach Wilson loves Corey Davis. They started slow last season, and then it kind of picked up a little bit. Corey Davis has a lot of talent, very physical. I think he had 6 targets, 7 targets, something like that, but 60 yards. Corey Davis going forward will be a must start in your flex or your wide receiver 3 or wide receiver 2. 5 receptions, 74 yards, and a touchdown. First 2 weeks, 10 points, 15 points, half PPR league. Third week didn't really do much. Jets didn't really score. But Corey Davis has been very consistent. Zach Wilson clearly loves him. He is the number 1 guy with the New York Jets. Corey Davis, number 1 ad. Book it right here.
Bum, 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 bum.
If you need a wide receiver, please go after him. And those are my top 5.
Very nice.
Want to give a shout out to both of us from last week. Just got curious while you were talking there. And we decided to bypass Mac Hollins because it was a 1-week wonder. And everyone lost their shit and gave up on Devontae Adams and questioned Derek Carr, which I still do. Mac Hollins. You want to hear his performance this past weekend?
Do tell.
Well, I don't have the breakdown, but I can tell you that he got 4 points.
Sounds about right.
But let's scroll way higher up. And where's the man of the hour? Okay, he's not as high as I thought. Or did I miss him?
Probably
Oh my
missed him.
God, I missed him. How did I ever miss? Devontae Adams, 15 points. I'm going to take a quote from our podcast, and this is my damn segment of the week. Don't you ever fucking question Devontae Adams, all right?
Yeah.
God damn. Derek Carr, throw him the damn ball. Anyway, I just got curious on that. Mac Hollins, I hope you didn't pick him up last week because of the hype on waivers. You buy low, you sell high. You don't buy high.
Yeah,
and never
forget
sell.
about him. Forget about him.
Forget about it. Anyway, sorry to interrupt you.
No, you get
Number
it.
one, waiver pickup,
Corey Davis.
Corey Davis of the New York Jets. Jets.
I'm a Patriots fan though, so fuck the Jets.
Shout out Gary
Jets
V.
are playing the Dolphins, so we know that Dolphins defense is a little loose.
Yeah, I would sit Corey Davis this week, unless you have to play him. Put him in your flex. I wouldn't put him in your wide receiver 1 or 2. Don't expect that much.
All right.
Any questions?
We did have a couple.
Okay.
Start with
Surya said,
Surya.
actually, Shane
Shane.
sent me a counter. He wants Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Dalvin, and Pierce for Henry. You're losing a lot on running back, but I forgot who he had.
He had a really stacked team.
Is that in this team?
Yeah.
Fournette, Dalvin, Jamore, Justin Jefferson. He was trying to trade Damon Pierce, Dalvin, and Brandon Cooks for Henry. So he countered with Clyde instead of Brandon Cooks. So he wants all the running backs to take place for Derrick Henry. Well, justifiably so, but he can't play all of them.
Shane, how's his receiving core? What's the situation there for that other guy? Because I would consider doing this if damn, he wants all of them. Clyde, Dalvin, and Pierce.
It's greedy.
Dog. You can counter that. F that, dude. I know you would have Fournette and Henry, but
Yeah,
we
gotta
want to
break
keep.
that up.
I would give up Clyde and Dalvin and keep Pierce. I'm not high on Clyde Edwards-Helaire at all. He's getting very much so, very fortunate at these touchdown passes. Yeah,
Like a little egg toss pass for a touchdown this past week. I'm gonna fast forward.
We're going to plug real quick while John fast forwards. Please, if you do enjoy this podcast, go ahead and give us a like. Shout out to Benny and Shane, our moderators for this evening.
Our in-chat moderators.
In-chat moderators. You will have permissions here very soon.
Okay. Benny, for some reason, Le'Veon Bell's on waivers. Can you believe that? He was an RB1 last year, wasn't he? RB? Yeah, he was, but now he's boxing and knocking out Adrian Peterson.
Benny with their sarcasm.
Yeah, Le'Veon Bell's got a very unfortunate career ending there, man.
Should I target CeeDee Lamb? You can, but don't give up too much for CeeDee Lamb. Like, you can get more, like I said, with your receiving core. I mean, your running back core, Surya. You can get a lot more than CeeDee Lamb. Try, like I said, aim higher than CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, he said Najee and Jamal for Mike Evans.
I like that.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
I like that trade. I like that trade. I like it.
So we got JAC. Don't know if that's
JAC
JAC
Coming back.
back.
JC's back,
He's
man.
back.
Hey, what's up, dude?
Looks like
He's back.
it worked for him last week.
And y'all know my James Robinson and Curtis Samuel trade for Eckler and Judy. I remember that aged gracefully. Yeah.
That's a fine
Heck
one.
yeah.
Ecky.
Eckler. I was high on Eckler. I definitely thought you should make that trade because Eckler is just the workhorse, and he's finding his groove. Dude, I'm glad it worked out, JC.
Yeah,
Welcome
big
back,
shout out, man.
Thank you so much for coming through.
Benny, Devontae misses Aaron. I miss Aaron. And I miss Devontae and Aaron together. God
He
bless.
sure does. W Pats. I'm a Pats fan too. Let's go,
Hey.
Surya. Let's go, man. Yeah.
Can you tell Jacoby to pop off? Well.
I feel you, sir. I used to do that. I used to bench everyone that was playing against the Patriots. And every time the Steelers played, I'd bench Antonio Brown. Every time, the Ravens would play, I bench Ray Rice. I did this every week. I still got to the championship games, though. Let me tell you that right now.
What do you go with now, head or heart?
No.
I go head now. I go head now.
Got to.
Yeah, my teams aren't as good as they used to be because the people in my league have gotten a lot better, too. So, it's harder.
Jamal and Amon Ra are both top team plays at their position.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
I think Amon Ra will. Yeah, Jamal is top 5 running back in the league right now in half PPR scoring.
Yeah.
He just won't have this. He's going to taper off. So you can try and trade him as soon as possible because when DeAndre Swift comes back, which will be in the next few weeks, he's done. Done in the sense that he won't produce what he's going to produce for you in the next couple weeks. He will taper off, more of a flex position. Jamon, Amon Ra, okay.
Yeah, Benny, please do come back and let us know.
Can y'all tell Jacoby to pop up? Well, Jacoby got to play first. He been injured. I'm with you, Benny. I'm with you, man. Jacoby got to play. Devontae and Jacoby coming together. Whoo! Let me tell you. He accepted the Clyde Edwards and Dalvin for Henry. There we go. Let's go, Shane. Let's go, man. Heck yeah.
Also, with the Damon and Olave trade, he doesn't want to do it because he doesn't like his running backs after. Damon is his RB1.
We have to think about that one, Shane.
Yeah. He just lost Shavonte. Okay, that makes sense.
Benny, please do. Benny, you're part of the fam at this point, man. Yeah, you got to come back at least till the end of the season. Guys, please give us a thumbs up if you haven't already.
Subscribe.
Every
share.
thumbs up helps out a kid in the neighborhood. We're providing them candy for Halloween.
That we are.
Van's not provided.
But one. He doesn't do it because he doesn't like his running back. Okay, Damon is RB1. RC2, just all that. So he's got Najee and he's got Damon. Javonte's out now.
Oh, he's got Najee too.
Najee. Who does Shane have left to provide? No, he just he traded for Eckler, didn't he?
Oh, I like that trade that your buddy did, JC. Sorry, I'm skipping around the comments.
Oh, yeah. I like that a lot.
I think it's also a fair trade.
Mm-hmm.
Fair trade. Also, great job. James Robinson, I mean, he had an off week. Eagles, that was just a weird game. Trevor Lawrence didn't do anything. Yeah, I remember that, Shane. Let's see. Olave is his. I just got to go all the way up because we got to look at your first team. If we can remember, I think we've got about maybe 5 more minutes here. Yeah, before we end for the night.
So you go back to Shane's first team.
My lineup would look like Cooper Kupp, Jerry Jeudy, Thielen, Connor, Dylan, Kelsey. Jacobs. Don't trade Jacobs.
And his bench is Gallup, Richie James, Kenneth Walker, and Reynolds.
Can you, Shane, have you offered the Connor deal yet? I remember we talked about offering Connor and Thielen. Yeah, we go back then, yeah. Okay.
Not yet.
Just curious. I mean, that's not a bad trade. Was it here?
I think we're all the way up.
Okay. Ooh,
Pretty deep.
sure did. Sure are.
Yeah,
There we go.
there you go.
How
Nice.
deep?
To get Jacobs, if you can get Jacobs and Damian Pierce, Jerry Jeudy, Cooper Kupp. Didn't you tell us your bench? Oh yeah, Gallup is your bench.
Mm.
Reynolds. You can plug Reynolds in this week if Amon-Ra St. Brown isn't playing. Just for this week, though. I like Damian Pierce more than James Conner. That's why I'm willing to do that trade. And I don't like Thielen. Thielen's inconsistent.
Oh my God, that makes me so wet. Adam with the send it quote, Saquon to the Bills. I want to see this so bad.
Adam.
Oh my God. Oh, I would love
He
to
doesn't
see
like
that.
Thielen. Neither do I. Well, as a Patriots fan, I do not want to see Saquon in the AFC East. I can tell you that.
Saquon.
No,
and
Saquon is
Josh
nuts. I'll tell you that.
Allen.
Rudy,
Oh.
who's been your most proud fantasy acquisition or draft?
Draft.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
who's been your the one guy you were like you maybe you didn't know, didn't expect, or whatever.
Well, I mean, stand out.
Your standout, yeah.
Have to be Saquon.
Saquon,
I think.
yeah,
He's carried me through a couple of games.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Consistent.
yeah. I remember we were talking about Saquon too. I was like, I can't believe it's still there.
yeah.
If he fell to me,
Adam also said for him it's Saquon.
Yeah.
Stand out.
I mean, I'm really shocked. At the same time, I'm not, because we know what he can do before. But I'm really proud that what he has been able to do this season so far, right? Like, knock on wood, he continues. I mean, dude came back from an ACL injury and just pulling an Adrian Peterson on us.
When you got
Guys,
quads like that.
We're one more like away from 10. Can we get there? Can we get there? Can we get there?
I got faith.
I've got breaking news
What's that?
for the ending of the podcast.
Oh.
Good breaking news.
Oh.
So Thielen, Connor for Damon. Doesn't that seem like too much because of Connor? It depends where you value James Conner. Might be a hot take, but James Conner hasn't played a full season in a hot minute. Do not believe.
Yeah, I think Shane, you're overvaluing Connor and undervaluing Damian Pierce's potential. James Conner's stats: half PPR, 12.5, 5, 5.5, 8.5. 10 carries in the first game, 7 then where he got injured, 13 carries, then 15 carries. Now, I want to
Wow.
preface this by saying that James Conner is the goal line back, so he could have a game or two where he goes off, but that's about it. Damian Pierce, can we look at his stats? Let's see.
I was wrong. James Conner, top 5 back last season. I was
Yeah,
wrong.
because of touchdowns. Yeah. Damian Pierce, 3.5, 6.5, 17, 22.
Trending upward.
Trending upward. 11 carries, 15 carries, 20 carries, 14 carries. 33 yards, 69 yards, 80 yards, 131 yards. I'm just saying, 6 targets last game, 6 receptions, only 8 yards, but he still got 3 points because it's a half PPR league. But looking at those numbers, Shane, you might be basing it too much on recency bias with James Conner, but Dameon Pierce, man, has a lot of potential, bro. Let's see what Adam.
You like Pacheco as a stash. It's Casey backup. I actually do like that as a stash play. Casey loves that multi-headed running back
Yeah.
core. Clyde's not going to be your every down back.
Mm-mm.
It's just not who he is.
No.
Never was, even in college. So I actually don't hate that as a stash pick, to be honest.
Yeah. Pacheco he got some good runs.
Mm-hmm.
So Connor and Thielen for Damian, that's the blockbuster. If so, I might go for it. Because you have Gallup. Now, I want to preface by saying Gallup won't give you Gallup numbers the next couple of weeks. So if you can put someone else in that wide receiver 3 position, like a Josh Reynolds or someone off your waivers, I would totally do this trade. Thielen you're trying to get rid of Thielen. Connor for Dameon Pierce is what you're really looking at, right? Do it. Blockbuster.
And also a little background into that. I mean, you already know, for whatever reason, Arizona plays from behind.
Mm-hmm.
They stop running the ball. James Conner limits his points.
Yeah.
If he doesn't get it in early, he's not going to get it.
Nope.
Mm.
So,
Cool.
all right.
Yeah. Well, I think this is where we wrap it up, guys. Did a 2.5 hour stream. Jeez.
We got the 10 likes.
We got the 10
Thank
likes.
you.
Thank you guys so
And
much.
also breaking news. Positive breaking news. I've got 11 likes
Yeah.
and 15 subscribers.
15 subscribers.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Thank you.
Big
Let's
shout out
keep it
our
up.
fans.
Yeah, thank you guys so much, the viewers.
You already know. pb.j_podcast. Check us out. Every Tuesday we do this stream. Every Sunday we do our normal podcast stream. Catch us on Spotify. We love you guys for the interaction.
Yeah.
Makes it so fun. Even though we are on the East Coast and it's almost midnight, it's worth it.
We're
It's
here
worth
for
it.
you.
We are.
Thank you guys. Benny didn't hit 13.
Hit 50.
We hit 15, baby.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate
Good
it, guys.
pod. Thank you, Shane. Adam, thanks so much for coming in. You guys are
JC, good to see you again.
awesome. Yeah.
Let us know next week.
Yeah, guys, come back. Please come back next week and let us know how y'all did this week. All right. Good night.
Until next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
Good night.
Take care.